Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about something very important in my opinion, the NBA 2K future. Every year the game releases. Let's not act like that's new or something. But there are some changes that tend to happen. Sometimes they'll boost up defense, sometimes they'll boost up offense, they'll change the dribble, they'll do so many things. And in today's video, we're going to dive into not what you could expect, but just a conversation starter for that we can break it all down in the comments and talk about our opinions as well. So let's get into it. First things first, yes, 2K25 is coming out, and there's a lot of discourse in the community on what should be the focus. As usual, that is good. It is healthy for the community to have those conversations, guys. As long as you're being respectful, man, you don't have to get crazy, right? It's not that deep. It's just a video game. A lot of people don't realize people's lives depend on this, whether you're a content creator, whether you're trying to join the league or you're in the league, whether you're doing other things. You know, it's a lot of people that care about this game deeply, like myself, who does make content, but more so just been in this for so long. I never want basketball video games to die. I want them to be great. I want to be able to enjoy as many as possible, not just NBA 2K. It's my personal take. And so any game that can come out that can be great, I'm happy with. And 2K will change things, guys. And whether you say it's the same game every year, I disagree, because they change a dribble system on you, and now you got to deal with that. And it's nothing crazy sometimes. It's just simple stuff, but it does happen. And you got to be realistic and say, okay, well, there goes the change. And then it's like, oh, they buffed up all defense this year. Well, it's a defensive game. Okay, well, what are we going to do? And yeah, they might patch all that, but the point is it does happen. So now you want to take into account what matters most. If you're going to play it all year, and the people that do play it all year, I feel like their voices are extremely important. And not saying that a casual fan who comes in and plays once on the weekend isn't important, but if you're playing every day, your voice should have an opinion. And 2K should have a thing, and this is my first suggestion, and you can share some of yours. They should have a thing where they monitor how many hours and what mode you're playing, and you can sign in for that, right? And basically have a feedback center for everybody. So within the game, it'll let you get on your phone and open up a website for a big survey where you can do a lot of feedback directly. If you play 100 hours, let's say, or you play 200 hours, or you're like me, you play like 1,000 hours a year. Well, way more than that probably, but play 1,000 hours a year. That is extreme. And so you should be able to have some type of input. And that's just my personal perspective. There's no wrong answers here. Again, I'm not isolating people that play that way only. People that are casual, you have a voice too, because it's important to keep this game's life happening consistently. And by the way, I'm watching some very cool NBA 2K League. We got some highlights here from my buddy who sent this to me. Super great stuff. I'm watching them Knicks, you know. I'm a Knicks fan. We just made an NBA playoff video, so if you want to watch that, I'll make sure I link that at the end. But the point is even the league players, they always have feedback, thoughts, and opinions. So the question is, what is the most important part of this game, right? And there was some recent conversations about online gameplay versus offline, and then there was the conversation about cosmetic and outside of the actual gameplay, what else can 2K do? And I don't want to kind of pinpoint one thing or the other. I totally get that there is a very deep level of necessity for everything offline, but I do believe that the gameplay is where it's at, right? Like, we're not playing a movie. We're not here to watch a movie or a TV show. We want to play a video game. And so the criticism and breakdown is for you in the comments to share, hey, look, this is what I think needs the most work, right? And so we can argue about, and this is the main point of the video right here I'm about to explain, we can argue about, oh, defense got to be better or offense got to be better, right? We can talk about one specific thing, and it's like, okay, just dribbling is the only thing that matters to you, or and that's not how basketball works. It's a fundamental experience. And so being able to have a global conversation, and that's what I'm going to be doing with my podcast in the near future, having that for you guys to just talk about the game and have basketball as the main conversation. I absolutely love basketball, but the point is, I don't have the answers either, right? I'm looking at this as a community thing. Like, I know what I like, I know what I love. I'm very competitive, so I prefer, and this is bias, but I would prefer professional players who are getting paid, that are playing 12 hours a day, to be the ones to determine the overall experience for the games. Because that's going to make it so that it's like, okay, you got to be very skilled and we got to have fair play. Because I would assume, those players are not going to want something that's broken in their game, because it's like, hey, that's way too broken. So that's what I would want. And it's not because I'm being boring. I know I'll lose some of you for that. I'm actually a dribble head at heart, but I'm also have gotten to that esports level of competing, and I love it. And I think it's something so much more skillful. Like, it's fun doing crazy dribbles and breaking ankles all day, but it's also extremely good to have to really be strategic and play real basketball. You know what I mean? Whether you're cutting, where you're sliding, setting some picks and using everything perfectly is where I stand as a basketball player, and having that IQ. And it's very difficult because this is a casual game in the heart of it, right? When I go into the rec, if I go into the theater and I'm just alone, there's no communication. I can't run a set play. It's basically give me a pick and roll and hope somebody cuts, and hey man, cut, screaming at a random. And it is what it is. I'm not here to critique that part of it, but what I wanted to kind of express and explain is we all have different perspectives, and I'm not here to put my stamp on I am right and you're wrong, right? And that's where I'm hoping the platform that I present and that I'm going to offer on x.com, I'm going to have it on my YouTube channels. I'm going to stream it, don't worry, but x.com is where the space will be for the most part. And I'm going to see if I do it on Discord as well. I'll have that link in the description where you can just come and get into a chat with us and talk about the game and have some, general topics that we could get into during the show. All right. So share your thoughts for now in the comments. Let me know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. What is the future for this game for you that you need it to be, so that we can go forward. All right. And also, by the way, I have another video that's really diving into some more 2K, as well as the NBA playoff one popping up right now. Go check that out. Peace.